Welcome to the Amor Fati Podcast, everybody. You are tuned in with the whole crew. That's capital A-M-O-R, capital F-A-T-I. Do not forget it. You are tuned in with Mavi, and I got my brother Raw here next to me.
Yo.
And guess what, everybody?
Oh, snap.
Oh, shit.
I think I know what you're going to say.
We did it again. We got a guest. My brother David is here in the building.
Ooh.
Give it up for my brother David.
What's going on, guys?
David in the house, man.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Good
Thanks
to
for
have
having me on. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Let me get you right.
What's going on?
That's a good dap, too.
Good to have you on, man. We appreciate you being on the show. We definitely feel like it's been a long time coming, for sure.
Absolutely.
And we just wanted to catch up with you, man, see what's been going on. Like, what's new with you?
Man, a lot. I mean, if you go back to, like, you know, when we were doing our own rowdy thing, life's changed a lot, man. I really just locked in, and, you know, we've always had the entrepreneur mindset, but I just kind of bet on myself, I guess the best way to put it. Bet on myself, and I just got sick of kind of being in the rat race per se, but I'm really focused. You know, I'm gonna obviously tell you guys as we talk about it, but you know, I'm sober, don't drink anymore.
That's good.
Just
good.
Focus, man. Just focus.
Damn.
That's the best way I can put it.
No, that part's good.
Focus is a crazy word, bro. I mean, everything going on in our lives, the ability to like focus is it's an advantage for sure. So I'm really super excited to hear that.
No, absolutely. I mean, like I said, a lot of bad decisions were made, you know, and you look back and you're like, yeah, it was fun at the time, but when you look at the bigger picture, it's like, was it really worth it? Like, you know what I mean? Like going to the same bars and seeing the same thing, and it's always the same music, the same people, and it's like
everything the same.
It's nothing, you know, I want more than that, you know, and that's, you know, where I'm at today. I'm wanting more. And
that's what I heard. I heard somebody say, a person changes when they get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, though. I mean, again, I think it's always, I always tell my homies, man, when I see people I'm friends with, bro, I love when we do reconnect that they're saying they're doing better and better. Yeah. And that's kind of cheesy because, I mean, that's what we all want. But, I mean, to hear it and really see it is a big thing because everybody talks about change. But when you come back and you've changed, a lot of times you ain't got to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can just observe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 100%. Cheers to that, man.
I think that's wonderful. What you just described, bro, is like growth. I feel like you have grown a lot personally as a man, and you know, the sobriety thing like really speaks to that. Honestly, I know a few people in my life who have, like, not saying that you do, but who have battled with like alcoholism, and them sobering up has like changed their lives significantly. Giving up like that substance or whatever. As I sit here drinking, but I drink responsibly.
Is this in the frame? Let me.
I drink responsibly, guys. But again, not to say that that's what you were doing or that what you have, but I also think it's wonderful that you're an entrepreneur, man.
Sheesh.
And I think that we're gonna have a great conversation about entrepreneurism and entrepreneurship today on the show. But before we do, I just wanted to start with something with a little bit of levity to it, a little bit light. At the time of the filming of this show, the Super Bowl is coming up.
Boo
on Sunday. Boo. We got Usher performing. Yeah, they beat our Lions. So I'm not privy to like wanting to watch it, but I am gonna tune in for Usher. Shout out Usher.
Usher, baby.
What's that halftime? What do you think he's gonna start his halftime song? The first song.
Yeah.
There's like a bet on it right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got my money on.
Yeah, I say yeah. Yeah.
Because I saw this preview of like Lil Jon and Ludacris for like promotion for the halftime show. So they're gonna be in it.
They're gonna be there.
They're gonna be in it. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
Someone said Confessions. I'm like, what?
That don't make sense. Not for the opener.
No way.
I don't know if he's gonna.
You gotta go. That. You gotta like play your biggest hit.
He's gonna play his
to
party
open
hits.
out, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna play his party hits.
I think his biggest hit is if I'm not mistaken, like his biggest
What's
like
that?
cult hit.
Oh,
DJ's Got Us Falling in Love.
Yeah, I see that being a banger.
That would be.
Sure.
That was the Neo song with Pitbull, by the way. That wasn't. That was the wrong song.
Wait, give me That's Neo.
That's Neo and Pitbull.
My bad,
damn.
He got one. That's
you're talking about the Baby Tonight. The DJ's Got Us Falling in Love Tonight. That's the one you were talking about.
Oh yeah, that's what I was singing. Yeah.
No, you weren't.
Hey, we good, right?
He had me convinced. I was like,
yeah. Oh yeah, I got it right here. Let me play that shit.
But in light of that, we want to play like a video and react to it because I know a lot of people like our reactions. There is this TikToker. I'm not really, like important to who he is, but like he talks about like the cost of like a family of 4 going to Vegas, like top to bottom. And I wanted to just like watch it, react to it, see how insane it is.
The cost going to the game too?
Everything. From travel to all the way back home type shit. So
they do it.
We're going to bring it up and we're going to watch it, y'all. Let's go ahead and play it, Nicole.
I'll make sure to include the cost of the tickets to the game, hotel for the weekend, a flight from Kansas City, food and transportation to and from the airport. For starters, a round-trip flight from Kansas City to Vegas that arrives on Friday and heads back on Monday via American Airlines will cost $676
right?
per person.
They already made a mistake.
Flights for the family to $2,746. A mid-tier 3-night stay in Las Vegas at a hotel like the Link during Super Bowl weekend will run the family another $1,547. Transportation to and from the airport.
Yeah, mom's
will
bringing
definitely
spaghetti on the
see a
trip.
surge in price.
Right.
So we're gonna
Packing food
estimate
from
that
the
an
crib.
Uber to the strip and back will be $50 each way. The average person spends about $90 per day on food in Vegas. Times that by 4
Vegas
people
food is
will bring
legendary.
the total to around
It is.
$1,440
It's really fucking
for
good.
the 4 days that the family is here. We'll also estimate this family spends
Mind you, this is for a
another
family of
$1,000
4.
on other entertainment on Friday and Saturday night, going to at least one show and
Okay,
checking
the
out
kids
the
don't have to go
NFL
to the show,
experience
right?
that will be
Yeah, they
going
can
on all week.
play
So the
puzzles
only
in the
thing
hotel
left to
room.
buy
That's
are
cool.
tickets to the
Better.
game, which are
Ain't
going to
about
be
it.
We're to book in the hotel.
Game tickets, oh my God. That's like minimum, right?
Yeah, it's probably like no
Yeah, that's like
leagues.
they said for like the
Grand
further
total
seats
for the
back
trip
too.
to $36,333.
Boo. And that's the lower level. So like I saw something about like the suite to get like the suites. It's like 2.5 million.
You know what? As much as that hurts, and as much as the average American looks at that and just, walks away, when you think about like where we are with just like how much the Super Bowl is just like lifted. Now we have Taylor Swift here this year. We have a lot of shit going on. Usher baby. While I'm not saying like everything is justified, if I get a suite in Vegas at this brand new stadium and all these things are happening, Pat Mahomes is going to be there. I guess it's a little bit of a booster too.
Yeah.
That suite might be worth $2 million, bro. And especially everybody want to get that suite that can be there, and you get it. That value might be $2 million, and as you go down to the back of the stadium, it might be worth $7,000.
I think you can fit 18 people, is what they said in that suite. 18 people. It comes with all you can eat food, all you can eat drinks.
Yeah.
Which I mean, rightfully so. 2.5 million. I mean,
it should be a little bit more than that. It should be like, you can get to like get on the field at some point. Call a play.
I saw a lot of comments like that. They said for $2.5 million, I better be getting a catch from like Pat Mahomes. You better be passing me the ball.
dude, for real. I
better be running a play with Brock Purdy right now.
I need some of that footage that Taylor Swift gets. When they score, I want to be dancing.
Yes,
and shit
bro.
Too.
Yes.
I want a handshake from Taylor Swift.
I want a handshake. Matter of fact, I want to get a little bit of a royalty on the next song too.
The
Super Bowl banger.
We all
Super Bowl
eat.
banger she drops. Yeah, we all eat. This is a business investment at this point.
Yeah, $2.5 million would be like the biggest networking move ever, though, because you're gonna be in like the presence of a lot of movers and shakers in the world.
You're not going there.
So you're really investing in yourself. If you're like a nobody trying to like, and you put all your money into those tickets.
I mean, if you could throw 2.5 at a game, I don't think you're nobody.
I mean,
I'm saying like,
I know what you mean though.
You know what I mean?
If like a small business person doesn't have like a big network, but you got the bag,
right? Like, hey, Taylor Swift is on this suite next door, and on this side it's like LeBron James and the James family and shit. Like, I'm about to make a come up right now.
Right.
I'm about to go next door and ask them if they got some extra ranch for my wings or something.
You got your best jokes written down.
something.
LeBron be like, hey, I like you, bro.
I like this nigga,
you
bro.
do? hey, get my number, LeBron.
This is giving me real like take the dinner with Jay-Z or 500,000
Facts.
cash.
Yes.
I would take, honestly.
Yes.
What would you do?
I might be terrible. I'm taking 500K, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh,
There's no guarantees with that conversation.
And like you said, better yourself.
I would take that 500K, put it in a stock, put it in a something.
Here's my thing. What's Jay-Z gonna tell you that like you, if you really are like seeking after what you want in your avenue, what is he gonna tell you that you can't find out anywhere else? Unless he had like if I was an artist, then I might weigh that decision a little bit heavier.
Jay-Z gonna be like, you should have taken the $500K. You know?
You should have checked the $500K deal. You know what I'm saying?
You should have taken the deal. That was pretty stupid. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If it was your boy, I would have took it and leave. You know, oh,
right.
That's fun, and that's how it could go.
See you later, alligator.
It couldn't be me.
Could be
I'm
me
taking
either.
the
I
$500K.
need that bag.
No, but like
bag.
what I think about it is like this. I mean, we live in the biggest like capitalist society in the world.
True.
So it's not surprising that these absurd prices exist for the biggest like sporting event in the world.
Bro. It's getting bigger and bigger, bro, too.
And we live in a capitalist society, so you got to be able to play that game. So it's like us kind of almost like still flexing like our capitalist muscle to the world. Like, yo, this is how much it takes to get to our biggest like Coliseum sport event.
Which is why it's probably like a big thing for states to, I don't know how they do it, how they rotate where the game is played every year, but when it's your time, it's probably like all hands on deck. We could probably make a killing if we do it the right way. Yeah. If we advertise right, if we just get the city kind of, you know, when the Super Bowl was in Detroit, all the shit they did here, you know.
Yeah.
So
economies change when Super Bowls come to town.
Come through, bro.
And
it's a bag
speaking
coming.
of which, we're talking. This is in Vegas.
This is in Vegas.
Of course, they're gonna be that expensive. Like we're talking Las Vegas, the fucking like capital of spending that bread. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, so it makes all types of sense, but it is still for the average Joe. Yeah. For people that are still on the come up and don't have it like that, it's still fucking like exorbitant, honestly.
Do you think it's all rigged? I think it's all rigged.
I think so.
Coming from a football player, when you like break the game down all the way, it's hard to get 22 guys on the field to all buy into that and to do it so well where, you know, everybody's on the same page and no one else can tell, all the billion or millions of viewers. But what I will say, when you have referees and when you have certain things in the game that are out of the player's control, then I ain't gonna lie.
To answer your question, if Taylor Swift was dating Jared Goff, yeah, they'd be in the Super Bowl.
100%.
They'd be in the Super Bowl. If Taylor Swift was dating Jared Goff, they'd be in the Super Bowl.
I 100% believe it. And that's why I'm sitting here.
Come on, man. Come on.
I knew it was going to come that way.
They cut to Taylor so much during the broadcast.
So let me ask you this. So the Lions laws, let's talk about it. We dropped hella passes. Are we dropping that because somebody got to you before the game saying, bro, look, it was giving
rigged. It was giving rigged. When they started just falling off in the second half, bro, it was giving rigged for me.
It was wild. I mean, what's his name? Reynolds, dude. I hope we release that dude Reynolds. He dropped like 3 key passes that would have gave us the game, and I'm just like, bro.
And no one was talking about that, bro. That was my biggest
I don't want to revisit that. I was so heated.
So David, you said you play Madden, bro. Reynolds drops the ball on Madden. Yeah. This is why I don't think it was rigged.
I bench him. I bench Reynolds. I start Jameson, and I'll move Donovan Peoples-Jones up. I'll put him in a better position because I know that he can catch.
You got better luck with him,
or
bro.
I'll put little Reynolds in.
Oh yeah, number 11. What's his name?
Returner. I'll put him in before that, but I don't know, man. Rigged football, that's a whole nother conversation because it a lot of times it makes sense, but the football lover in me never wants to.
I hear you.
Speaking of like what we're talking about with these Super Bowl tickets, man, I feel like the times have changed, man. I've been seeing a lot of people on TikTok and a lot of like people that I talk to wanting to go out on their own and like tired of working for these companies, bro.
Facts.
And
people at the game are entrepreneurs.
Yeah, a lot of those people at that game, they run their own companies. It got me thinking, like, what is the significance of like entrepreneurship in 2024 in the modern day?
They bet on themselves. That's really what it comes down to. Is like even when you're down bad to the point where it's like you don't think it's gonna work, if you just bet on yourself, man, or just keep betting on yourself, keep betting on red or keep betting on black. Not saying do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just how I view it. Like you said, we're at a point now where it's like it's almost like legal slavery. That's the way I look at it. It's like we're just out here making these guys so much more richer than we're making ourselves,
so true,
and we're struggling to make ends meet.
Right.
I don't ever want to be in a position again where I got to work 2, 3, 4 jobs to make ends meet. No. I don't ever want to be in a position like that, or anybody out that I know. Like that's terrible.
Yeah.
Like coming from a single mom and watching her slave most of her life to put food on our table. Like I was like, that couldn't be. Can't be me.
That's right.
It cannot be me. Yeah, it's personal. Like I feel attacked.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. It's a necessity nowadays. I mean, would you say like the average home, like 30 years ago, you could have 2 people making an income, and you were like more than good. Now you have to have 2 people with an income to like afford and
side gigs each.
Yeah, to afford what we used to afford
to live check to check though.
Yeah,
to
that's
not
the
even
scary part.
to not even prosper, but to live check to check.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad. The new trend is nowadays, they said, like I said, the study said 60% of people by 2026, 2 years from now, will be entrepreneurs or gig workers.
Got you.
And honestly, the way the workforce has been going with them, the combination of them no longer requiring college degrees, that tells you something.
Delta did that.
That tells you something, first of all. That's saying we really literally want slaves.
I mean, come on.
Number two, I'm being honest.
I mean, read between the lines. Read between the lines.
I'm just saying.
Stephen A. Smith. I can say it right here on national television.
The temerity, the unmitigated gall. I mean,
this shit's happening, people.
Is this your king?
Is this your king? Is this your country?
You guys' impressions are crazy. For real. It's spot on, though.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna say. Molly, wait. Let me finish. But anyways, continue.
Okay, Skip.
I mean, damn.
Had to slip that in.
Stephen A.
Damn, Stephen A. In combination with the fact that AI is like replacing everybody's jobs.
Absolutely.
I'm a proponent of that. That happened to me at my job. I was like, damn, I got a few more years before AI replace. Nope.
That happened quick.
Recalculating.
Right. Nope. That happened now, today. So it's just like we're forced into a corner where it's like our quality of lives are not very much satisfactory. Right. So we have to fucking go out. We have to fucking figure out a new way. And that's why I feel like entrepreneurship is the way. The significance of it is that a lot of people will start to win. A lot of people will start to become successful and have better lives and have a better chance.
So can I ask a question? So building on that, what characteristics did it take for you to go from the mindset of like, I'm working this 9 to 5 to I'm betting on myself? Like, what are some characteristics in that transition?
That's a good question.
I can think of one, just kind of, I think discipline is required. In some way, you gotta reprogram yourself, you know. I don't know if that's by research or whatever it is. Like, what would you say are some characteristics?
I would say personally for me, and I'm going to make it as simple as possible.
Okay.
I'm so thankful that I spent, I think 7 years in the service industry, because as a server and bartender, you're a salesman, or saleswoman. Like, you are out there, you have to sell what they give you to sell to get paid. And keep in mind, they're only paying you $2 an hour, so that ain't shit. Right. So you're relying on tips. So you have to go out there and hustle to get the bread. So if it wasn't for that experience for me, I probably wouldn't have got the motivation to want to run my own business or be an entrepreneur. So to simply put it, that's how I feel, characteristic wise. It was from that experience alone that taught me how to be a hustler, how to know how to move in a stressful situation, how to talk to any single person, Karen, Ken, Jimmy, Bob, doesn't matter who it was.
Wow.
I was slinging food, steaks, you name it, to these people.
Versatile.
You know what I mean? You might have said you didn't want a Kobe filet, but hey,
you eating one.
You just bought one, right? You know what I mean? And
whether you like it or not. Right.
And even then, tipping has become such a big thing in today's world now. Literally, you get a bottle of water, you tip. No, I'm not tipping in a bottle of water, but I would hustle and slang these things knowing that I might not get tipped. They might tip me 5%. Right. I had a $200 bill, which has happened. Right. I've had a $1,000 bill and got tipped $0. It's moments like that.
Yeah, I start taping my wrist up.
You know what I mean?
All right, bro,
we're about to fight.
We're about to fight.
I'm about to lose my job.
1,000?
You know what I mean? So to answer your question, I think if we're going by characteristics, I think that alone,
So that 7 year taught you a whole bunch of things, and just the ability to be a salesman, or we're always selling ourselves in some fashion.
Absolutely.
So you had that skill set built. If I need to go talk to somebody, I can do it. If I need to look at a product and learn how, the consumer needs this and why they need it, I can do that. And you just learn how to just move in that whole entrepreneur mindset, even in those 7 years.
Oh, absolutely. And in those 7 years too, I got moved into management. I was running my own restaurant at 22 years old. So imagine that, you're 22 years old, you're running a restaurant. That's a lot of pressure.
That's a whole bunch of pressure.
You're millionaires that own the business are relying on you to make sure it runs successful. Seeing that part of the operation made me hate working for somebody. Like, I did not enjoy it. Like, I will never go back to that industry because of my experience. Yeah, I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
But you got to really see like the evils behind the scene that like they don't really care about me. They don't care about any of these servers and these bartenders, the bus boy. They don't care about none of them. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. And it was like all the weight was on my shoulders and everyone looked at me and I'm like, dude, like I'm just doing what I'm told. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which, fuck that. Like I didn't want to do what I was being told anymore. You know what I mean? So
you're the squeegee. You're like the person, but above the floor, but you're getting the pressure for what's above.
Yeah.
100%.
It makes me think too. It's like, I mean, I think with all this entrepreneur talk, it makes me want to like kick game to our viewers because I feel like as we move into these spaces ourselves, we should educate people about like how to get into it because people might be scared.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's a big Goliath to take on, especially if you've been working all your life. I know it was for me when I first started my business. I was like, oh, I don't know, how do you do all this? But like, how would you guys say? How do you like, as being an entrepreneur yourself? How would you say what's the best way to step into creating your business?
The best way to step into it is to have. Personally, me, I'm not against like selling a product. I'm more a service. That's where I found my niche was a service because everybody needs something done. Doesn't matter what it is. So my first thing I would recommend is find your niche, look into services. And I feel like that service is going to overcome a product essentially.
Right. What are the clerical steps you need to take?
Clerical steps, obviously build a brand, right? Have a brand name, whatever it is you're doing, right? So for example, like, my company now is called Higher Manufacturing and we work within the cannabis sector. We sell custom packaging, custom pre-rolls, literally anything that they would really need. We do that for them. Not only will we design it, but we'll source it. We have relationships with like 7 to 8 different manufacturers overseas in France and China and Hong Kong. Like I talk to these people late. I'm up like until 3 a.m. sometimes talking to these people because
I love that,
you got to think it's 3 p.m. their time. It's 3 a.m. our time. So like that's their normal working schedule.
And the money don't stop.
Right. Yeah. And like I'll wake up I've woken up in the middle of the night sometimes and Nicole's sleeping next to me and she rolls over. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm working. Like,
business, baby.
I'm working. Like I got to get
like, who you on the phone with?
Right. Are you cheating on me? I'm like, no, I swear.
What are you wearing, Jake, from State Farm?
Right.
Khakis.
So, like, obviously, get your brand name. I mean, find your niche, right? Make a brand out of it. Make a name. Yeah. And then I keep seeing all this shit on TikTok about, like, oh, you only need, like, $100 to start an LLC. Or you need, like, $200 to start an LLC. Yeah. You only need $50 in the state of Michigan. You can go to the state of Michigan website, get an LLC. It costs $50. Okay. They'll let you know within a week. Sometimes it's quicker. If you got approved for it, they'll send you all the documentations to your email. Okay. And then you take that and you go and get an EIN. EIN's completely free. It's instant, right? You get your EIN number. That gets you your business bank account. Boom, you got your business bank account.
So what does an LLC do? Like, what does that mean? Like, I got an LLC. What does that mean I've done?
It's a limited liability company. So essentially, it takes all the liability off of you and it puts on that company.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, you went and bought a car under the company name. It got repoed, unfortunately, right? You couldn't make the payments. It doesn't necessarily fall on you. It falls on the company. So if like you filed bankruptcy with the company, your hands are clean, essentially.
Ooh, game.
Just like... It's a kind of a messed up way to look at it, but it's just
how
the
rules were written, bro.
Right. Yeah. And that's another thing is like people are like, oh, like talking about tax advantage for LLC. Like there's so many tax advantages. It's insane. Like people complain about paying taxes, and I've seen like this whole trend on TikTok about like, oh, we're not paying our taxes this year because I'm not going to get into that. But like, you know what I mean? There's this whole group of people that don't want to pay their taxes this year because of stuff that's going on. Yeah. And I'm like, look, I get you're mad that you have to pay $2-3 in taxes or whatever, but there's so much game out there. Like start an LLC. It could be a consultation business. It could be whatever it is. Like it doesn't matter. And then you're able to write off like your phone bill, your Wi-Fi. If you have an office in your apartment.
Keep your liquidity in the company. Yeah. Pay yourself a salary. Just a small salary. Keep that liquidity in the company. Yeah. Get a vehicle over 6,000 pounds so that you can write that off. I mean, there's so much.
Bro, how about this? If you have an office, let's say you turned this space into your office. Right? Yeah. Calculate the square footage. You can write that off your rent every month.
That's right.
Every single month. And you'll get that back at the end of the year.
That's a fact.
I'm serious. I lived in a studio. It was 500 square feet. I think it was like 125 square feet or whatever the math was like the ESPN, sorry. Whatever the square footage of that was my office.
What's the score?
I don't even.
Shit, I know the Pistons losing. That's all I can say.
They always losing. What
terrible.
else is new? Go ahead.
But you get to write that off anyway. Like you get to write off that square footage for the whole year,
That is
whatever
insane.
it is.
I never knew that. I've never even heard
Right.
that before.
And that's crazy game. Like,
Wow.
you know, so I'm trying to figure out where we went back to that conversation, but brand name.
No,
niche.
we're kicking game.
Yeah.
You're putting a lot of viewers on right now, man.
I mean, I feel like I'm in the
trying to.
audience right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be back there somewhere, bro. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect by any means though, because like when I started all this, like I'll tell you a little story.
Yeah.
Before Higher Manufacturing, my partner and I, we had a company called the Paper Factory. Right, that was the original company we started.
Okay.
And same business model essentially, but we started from scratch, zero, nada. Like we didn't have any connections or nothing. Only connection we had was this company called Glacier Cannabis. It was like based out of Ann Arbor.
Okay.
And that was the first client we had, right? So we had him, and then after that, like we like went on LinkedIn and we were reaching out to all these cannabis owners and getting no answers, getting around like they're ignoring us or they would lead us on, and like after 6 months, we're like, is this even worth it? Like we only have one client. Like this is not a livable, you know what I mean? We can't quit our jobs on this, you know? So that's where we were. We ended up connecting with the biggest cannabis farm in the state of Michigan. They're called 305 Farms.
How'd that happen?
So my ex at the time, she worked at this restaurant, and the account executive, he worked at that restaurant, and that's how I met him, right through there.
Wow.
Couple like 3 years down the road, I come to find out he's an account executive for this company. I hit him up on Instagram or whatever, and like we sat down at the bar and had like a drink or whatever at the time. And I was talking about the business, and my goal was to get him as a client because like they're the biggest in the state.
Yeah.
80,000 plants and growing.
80,000.
That's 80 Class C licenses. That's like they spent like 180 million on the entire operation, dude. It's crazy. Like it's insane.
To get your license, one license alone is a lot of money.
And these dudes are from Miami. Like they came from Miami to start their business here. In this, I don't want to give them too much fucking clout because fuck these guys.
I feel you.
Anyways,
Yeah, fuck these guys.
sat down with him, wanted to do business. Ended up him and the CMO of the company, the chief marketing officer. They wanted like, hey, we want to invest. We want a part of your company because we believe in the vision.
Yeah.
So we gave them both 10% or whatever.
Monopoly
And
type shit.
well, they sold us a dream, right? Like we're like, hey, like we want to quit our jobs. We want to be entrepreneurs. Like we don't want to work for anybody anymore. And we feel like this is the route to go. Well, they sold us a whole dream, and like after 4 months, right, I landed like probably 7 different clients all by myself, and I'm paying them out 10%, 20% commission on all these clients. And I'm like, these guys are not doing anything for us. Like they're not doing anything they said they're going to doing. I'm just paying them out X amount of money.
They're not doing any legwork for you.
And I'm doing everything, and I'm paying you out for it. So we ended up booting them basically.
Are they investing any capital?
They invested no capital. They just sold us on a dream.
Yeah, they were yanking your chain.
You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to realize that. But you got to think, like, as eager, as ambitious as I was at the
happens,
time.
Yeah,
I was
in business. Yeah.
I was a kid in the candy store. I was like, oh my God, like this is the way out. I'm gonna get my mom. Like I'm gonna be able to get my mom money. You know, pay for my sister's college.
And
wow, yeah.
Naive,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they took advantage of me at that time.
Yeah.
So we got into a situation where I ended up sitting down with the owner of Bazanzo's. So the owner of Bazanzo's, he is a pioneer in the game. I'm talking like when weed went medicinally legal in 2008, 2009, he was at the forefront. He had like one of the first medical stores, like you name it, bro. Like
This guy's on top.
he's connected in the industry. So I sat down with him and we had a conversation. And
I've been to Bazanzo's a few times. There's one out in I think Walled Lake.
Yep, that's one of his locations. That was actually the new one that's built isn't the first location, but that's where the first location was built in Walled Lake.
That's a nice location too.
OG.
And it's like so full circle because like I remember growing up and like I grew up in like that Walled Lake area, and I remember like riding our bikes past the Bazanzo's at the time. You know, we're like, oh my God, like at the first dispensary, whatever. And I remember seeing them getting raided by the DEA. Because at the time, like 2009, 2010, flower was legal,
Fed
but
to the
like
sweet.
but the dabs, like the concentrates and stuff, were considered heroin at the time. So if you were selling like dabs and stuff, you're going to prison. Like they're gonna lock
Schedule
you up.
1, yeah.
So it was just so full circle sitting down with him. But after having a conversation with him, I just realized that I'm like, dude, these guys are just fucking getting free money out of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what we did was we had a contract signed, and we had to look into the details and the small print, and we found out that basically there was no non-compete. So we were able to move all our business to a separate entity, which is now Higher Manufacturing, legally. You know what I mean? So we moved all our business over there, and we brought the owner of Bazanzo on as a partner. He wanted to be a partner with us.
Yeah.
And it just blew up after that.
Bro, that's so incredible.
Like everything he said he was gonna do, he did.
That's
everything.
fucking marvelous.
So I'm gonna take this.
God damn.
I'm gonna like kind of like take this a little bit left, but
what's his name? Can I shout out his name?
Yeah.
You know his name?
The owner?
Yeah.
Oh, David Shiminsky. Yeah.
David Shiminsky. Shout out, man.
Dave, you a
Good
friend of
shit.
ours.
You a real nigga.
You're a friend
You
of
a real
ours.
nigga.
You're a friend of Dave. You're a friend of ours.
Yeah. You welcome on the show too. Whenever.
He's a good dude, man. I'm telling you.
He
like,
sounds like it. Man.
He's
Sounds
connected.
like a stand-up guy.
He's connected in the industry, and when I talked to him, he's like, "Look, I see you. Like I see me and you when I was younger, and like you're a hustler." And he's like,
I love hearing that.
And I just like he's like a mentor to me. So he puts me onto so much game, man, and all I can do is soak it in because he's the same thing, man. He's like, dude, I don't want to work for nobody.
Yeah.
I started my own shit, and look where he's grown. So all I can do is sit here and listen to him. That's all I can do.
And I've only known you to be a hustler, dog. Even when we had our little tenure, we was doing what we did. Like, you stood out because you were somebody that like your clock was always on, bro. There was no part of you that was ever. I don't want to say complacent, but like you just knew that like you had tasks lined up. Like, okay, when I get to this certain this little landmark, it isn't like time to like throw the confetti. Yeah. It's like that was supposed to happen. Let's go to the next thing.
Tenacity, his drive.
And one thing I also want to mention is that going through that the whole thing with the guys that didn't give a damn, that low key made you who you were.
Right. It hardened you
to make the connection with
it got
Dave
you
guy.
battle ready. That's right.
Yeah. So like I love hearing contrast in people's lives. Cause a lot of times people fold under contrast when they get shown what they don't want.
Yep.
But it's not until you know what you don't want that you do have clear definition of what you want.
That's a good fucking point.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? It's like when I'm in business, I don't want to be the guy doing everything and not getting compensated for it. I know the terminologies in the legal whatever going on.
Jargon.
Yeah, like I know like I had to go through shit to know what I want to have done.
Right.
And I think that like the recipe when you figure out what you don't want and then you figure out what you want, that's the recipe. And then boom, like you said, out of nowhere, shit just took off because now you're lined up. You're like, boom, I'm here. So that's dope.
I prayed for this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like at that moment when I realized what they were doing, and I have another partner. His name's Jose.
Okay.
I grew up with him, best friends. Like he's a really good dude. But like we like had a conversation. I was like, dude, like I don't know what we're gonna do. Like we might be stuck paying these dudes out, like legally in the contract, So like we really had to like flip the fucking pages and like really look at the literature of the contract.
Become lawyers.
Well, because the CMO was a lawyer, right? So we all went to this suite that the company owned. And we, were drinking and having a good time and we're writing the contract up together and like he's breaking it down for us, being a good dude. He was wholehearted in the situation. I just feel at the end of the day, they sold us a dream and they didn't do shit with it. And I hate that. Like as a man, if you're going to tell me you're going to do something,
right.
And especially in business, if you're going to tell me you're going to do something, please do it. Like don't lie to me.
Do you think that in overall business, it's possible to move in a direction of I guess growth, but still maintain that type of character in terms of like how I handle business?
Yeah, it's absolutely possible. It just depends on the person who's the purveyor of that business's intentions and their morals and their ethics, right?
Okay.
If their morals and ethics don't align with things that could, if it's not geared towards humanity and being like a good person, then of course not. They're going to go the route of I'm going to try to screw you faster than you can screw me eventually, or essentially. Yeah. And it sounds like what they were trying to do is you said they were big shots, big. They came from Miami, big shots, and it sounds like they were trying to monopolize, and they were trying to use them to his footwork and his sweat equity to try to swallow that market up. And okay, now we got you under us. You did all this work for us, and you just stay under us.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. It happens all the time.
They just didn't have the connects, they said. And that's the biggest thing is like they were just making themselves look like,
I get you.
People that, that really didn't have the clout that they said they were having the clout of. Yeah, like you're an account executive at the biggest cannabis company in the state. Yeah, you're the chief marketing officer. Yeah, you have Bob Marley's son on contract with a brand. That's awesome, right? Like that's great to hear, but it's like, okay, let's put those words to action then, because you told me you're going to do all this, and that, and then here we are. And I'm left empty-handed, right? I pay you out all this commission, and that could have been money that went back into the business. That could have been money I invested into something else.
Right.
So I'm thankful for where I'm at now. I'm thankful for the partners I have now. It's just a lot of work. But if I were to run into those guys today, which I'm sure it'll happen, I'll keep it casual. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hoe them or make them seem smaller than what they are. But it's quick, concise conversation. I'm not gonna say too much. You know what I mean? Because you already know enough.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you know anything else.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
I've changed.
No, that's real shit. We're gonna take a quick break here on the show. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. As you can see, we're gonna have some great convos today. So don't go anywhere.
Yeah, dude.
Let's get it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. You are back with Amor Fati. Just as a reminder, that is capital AMOR, capital FATI. Please. And I beg of you, please don't forget that. We need you to understand.
We need this. That's our only hope.
You are back here with the crew, man. We are sitting here. We are in good vibes, good spirits. I feel the great energy here.
Fire episode, man.
Yeah.
They gonna let us one.
The first part of the episode, we were chatting about your company. Yep. We got into some good stuff. I wanted to pick up where we left off. Could you, because we kind of brought it up sort of like the lore behind it and sort of like what's happening behind closed doors. Can you give like an overview, like a 30,000 foot view explanation of what your company is, like the name of it and sort of what you sell to give the audience a little idea of it? Absolutely.
So my company's Hire Manufacturing. It's actually Hire MFG for short.
Okay.
So what we do is we are I almost want to say a supplier, but we consult with a lot of these cannabis companies and we connect them with our suppliers. And what we do is we help them brand themselves further. Our saying is take your brand higher. Kind of a pun a little bit, right?
Yep.
But what we'll do is, we help them with custom packaging, custom pre-roll. So instead of using like a raw tip or an element tip or OCB, we'll put their logo on it. And then they have their choice of like rice paper, ultra thin, hemp. I mean, you name it. Like the customization is endless.
Gotcha.
Same with packaging, like Mylar bags, jars, tubes, the whole everything. That's kind of what we do. And it's a lot of work. We're talking to people overseas. All our papers get sourced out of France, so they're real high quality papers.
Wow. Someday.
We get them tested here in the state of Michigan too. So they're tested in the state.
That's important.
At SC Labs for heavy metals to make sure that they pass.
Can't be smoking that toxic, man.
No,
right.
Stop smoking raw papers,
please.
Whatever you
heard
do.
it here first.
What are you doing?
No one on Amor Fati smokes raw papers.
Nobody.
You're smoking higher around here. What you doing?
Right. But that's what we do for the most part. And to be completely transparent with you, can these companies just do it themselves? Absolutely. But it's a relationship based business, and we've built these connections with our suppliers for the past. Since we started Blue Jays, which was like, 8 years ago, somewhere around that time.
Sheesh.
So we've had these relationships. We know who to trust and we know who we can talk to. And it's a lot to risk when you're making, $40,000 orders, $50,000 orders, $100,000 orders. You'd rather work with someone you can trust. So we have those connections, and, that's everything.
I like that, too. You said, can these companies be doing this themselves? Yeah. But you offer that service, like you mentioned before.
Yeah.
And like a dude like me, I didn't think anybody would like pay somebody like me to go get my food on an app called DoorDash and then tip them and pay the fee and all that type of shit. But like if you're at home and you're Netflix and chilling and you don't want to get up and it's 10 degrees outside, you're gonna pay somebody for that service, especially if it's a service that is reliable and it's accurate in terms of what it says it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So, bro, like you said, you find that niche in the service. You got a lot of people knocking at your door.
100%. Yeah, because it's like you see all these like entrepreneur gurus on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, like, go on Alibaba and find a product and sell that product and make a one product stop Shopify fucking website.
Just one.
Don't do that.
You'll find the one.
Like if you found success, you're like the 1 in 10 million that dude does find success, and I applaud you. And don't hesitate to try, because I've built a lot of one product shops and tried it myself. It never worked, unfortunately, for me. But where I found my successes was finding a service that can be repeated, because if you sell someone a service, it could be repeated monthly or weekly, monthly, yearly, even daily. You know what I mean? So if you can do that, you're make some money.
That's true.
But
and let's be real, man. Like, what I've learned is a lot of those people that do peddle that stuff, they're making their money off of like selling classes to you. That's why they're trying to promote that, because they're like, and get my class, and that's their hustle.
It's
you know
giving
what I mean?
Vima.
Right. They know everybody that's watching their video is not going to succeed, but it's just like,
Right.
you know, this is my hustle type shit. But
Yeah.
no, that's amazing though, bro.
Yeah, shout out to you, bro.
I appreciate it.
I think that, and you've explained to us in the previous segment, sort of like organically, sort of how the brand came about. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience about sort of how it started, how it was born?
It wasn't easy. I'll tell you that. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
We had lots of no's. Wow, I feel honored.
Yeah, she just left me. I'm a little salty,
Oh, you,
but I
hey,
ain't gonna address
you
it.
should feel honored.
Yeah.
She don't get on people's laps. She don't fuck with you.
I've never seen her just leave like that though. What was
Raw
that
did
about?
say that when you're talking real shit,
That's
she'll
true.
sit in your lap. So
Oh,
it must be.
That's
we
true.
got-
it must
Hey, I'm gonna
be-
give you the props, and I guess to feel better about myself, I wasn't saying shit. So
yeah.
I wasn't even talking.
Hey, shout out to David. He's a dedicated audience member. That's like
hey.
a deep cut.
He's been stamped. He's been
You
stamped.
know, that's
been
a deep
stamped.
Amor Fati pod cut. You
Damn.
know what I mean? Like,
I feel honored.
props, bro.
Deep
Thank
into
you.
the Lord, baby.
Yeah.
But to get back kind of to it, yeah, it just wasn't easy. You know, I took a lot of no's.
Yeah,
I got led on a lot of the wrong way. I was lied to. Up real late at night, doing a lot of the work. You know, but
hustling.
it was worth it. You know, when you jump into the entrepreneurship and journey,
Hell
they
yeah.
don't lie to you. It's not easy. It's fucking tough as shit, man. You're
When you
betting
make
on
that
yourself.
breakthrough, though,
You know what's cool too? When you sit down with these big players, you're going through the shit that they probably went through themselves. Like, yeah, I've been wronged, I've been lied to.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And now you
Battle
have
scars.
that relatability now, where they know they're not sitting with some novice that like hasn't had their heart broken yet in this game. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
They won't be shooken by the quickest little piece of candy, nor will they, you know what I'm saying, quit when they don't have anything in front of them today.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And the most cliche statement I think I've ever heard is, in order to succeed, you have to fail, and fail a lot.
First
Brother.
Like Childish Gambino,
succeed.
Donald Glover was in an interview saying that he tried out for SNL twice in 2007 and 2009, got turned down. He had tried out to be on the show 30 Rock, or even be a writer on that show. Turned down. He wanted to, and then he finally got his big break with Community. And he had failed so many times in his career. And he said when we finally had won a Primetime Emmy Award, as I was going on the stage, one of the producers on the show said, "Just wait until, like, you think this feels good, wait until you fail." And he was like, he laughed. He's just like, "Bro, I done failed so many times already.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this feels fucking sweet."
Yeah.
Woo! And he like ran up to the stage.
Yeah.
So
wow, that one hit me. That one hit me, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt so many times, bro. You don't even know. That's a good.
Failure's deep, man. That's
Yeah.
when you'll really figure out who you really are.
That
Like,
part.
who are you really are? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? At the end of the day,
That part.
if everything's been easy for you, fucking good luck, brother.
Yeah, bro. If you keep
luck.
climbing, trust me, there's a cliff coming.
yeah.
For real.
If you're in business and
Yeah.
you've just done nothing but win, like, are you really a bit entrepreneur? I don't think so.
I don't know. Is it daddy's money? Is it connects? I
Right,
don't know,
that's what
man.
I'm wondering. Yeah,
It's not gonna last long.
Are you a plant in your industry?
Yeah.
Fucking plant. That's funny.
Blossom.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about we know you have an adjacent brand, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
Peak Papers.
Yeah.
And it's a new venture that you're starting, new product that you're starting. Could you tell the audience a little bit about it?
Yeah, so Peak Papers came about. It was actually a lot of different names before that. We were trying to figure out like what to name the name, what brand should we name it. But
Yeah.
this all branched out from a meeting we had with the executives at Ooze. So we sat down at Ooze, and initially the conversation was providing wholesale papers to them. But there's a thing in the industry with raw papers, specifically their papers testing positive for lead. And that's a huge problem in the cannabis sector, because if your papers are testing positive for heavy metals and you're putting your product in there, Lara's going to test that product. And if it tests positive for heavy metals, guess what? They're pulling all your shit off the shelf. Goodbye.
Recall.
Sayonara. Not
Recall.
getting
As they
no
should.
refunds either. No refunds, nothing. So
They should. You're smoking lead, brother.
and the cost for them is going up. They're becoming more costly, and wholesalers are having a nickel and dime or penny. Honestly, it's coming down to pennies.
Yeah.
They're losing their profits. So what they asked us to do was, hey, can you start a brand to compete with Raw, OCB, and Element on the shelf? And I was like, sure, like, let's try it. Initially, I didn't really want to do it because I've had a whole nother venture with another paper brand back in the day, and it was all fun and games. But again, I'm more of a service. I like the service rather than just doing a brand product.
Right.
But the opportunity just arose, and, you know, played around with the idea for a couple months, finally agreed to a name. We got our packaging design the way we want it. Now it's just executing, and we're sitting down for another meeting here pretty shortly to finalize, you know, a wholesale agreement with them and get them on the shelves. But Peak Papers. I don't have anything physically to show you, unfortunately. I'll probably share some images with you guys. Yeah. It's a little top secret.
I was gonna ask for a product demo. I want to see this.
That's the cool thing about being a podcast. You know, when a podcaster is talking to somebody like a guest, they'll be like, "Yeah, after the show, I'll show you a little bit." I'm like, now we're those guys. Right. Hell yeah.
I'll show y'all a little.
Y'all can't see. Y'all can't see, but we gonna see.
It's top secret right now, man. But I think the packaging is designed a way where it will stick out. It wasn't my first option. Definitely wasn't my first option, but I've slowly fallen in love with it.
It's beautiful.
But the goal is to compete, man. It's to show that these guys, you know, you might run the industry now, but you guys are fucking up, and we're going to come and take your spot.
Fuck yeah.
Take all your
As
shelf
you
space.
should. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about, like, as we progress 2024 into the future, like, a lot of these, like, big brands weren't doing things right, clearly weren't, you know, meeting certain certs and qualifications.
They got comfortable.
Yeah, bro. And now, like, we're getting, like, we have options now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't mad.
The slogan too is like reach your peak. So it's kind of like
reach your peak.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah. I'll show you. The packaging, you're gonna look at it and be like, it makes sense. Like, it does make sense.
Yeah. Somebody gonna hit that J and be like, yeah, I'm reaching that peak.
I want them to have that Cat Williams moment. Is this crypto kind of like
like
that's
kind of like.
I want him to,
death,
you know,
nigga.
I want them to have that moment.
No. This shit called death, nigga. Like,
Not death, nigga. Death, nigga.
I want them to have that type of moment. But yeah, it's exciting stuff, man. I'm very excited about it.
Climb the ranks, bro. I love to hear it, bro.
That's amazing, man. Maybe possibly the next time you pop up on the show, you could show the audience like a little product demo. You know what I mean?
I'll drop you guys off a bunch of stuff.
Show the audience how to smoke weed.
Yeah, maybe. I actually don't smoke like that anymore, though. Like I do smoke, obviously, you know what I mean. But like,
gotta partake in your product, right?
I've cut down a lot, man. I've
amazing.
I try to
just hand clap for that.
try to chill a little bit.
It's on the side of sobriety. I fuck with it.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's like the light side.
It helps a lot, you know.
I haven't smoked since 2020, December 31st, 2021. Yeah.
Damn.
Last time I smoked,
Yeah.
I'm sober in the weed department because weed is not good for me.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta know
super
what
paranoid.
And that's how I feel about edibles, brother. I fucking hate edibles.
my God.
Never liked them.
Dabs and edibles are like the devil.
Who made that? Yeah, who made those?
Like, it's crazy.
Bro, I had a friend one time, bro. He made like batch of brownies, dog. You know, and I don't know what his calculations and measurements were, but they were
fucked you up,
bro. He pulled up with him, bro. I went outside to the car, bro. Before he rolled his window down, I as soon as the window cracked, I smelled the brownies. I was like, oh, okay, this must be some strong shit, bro. It took me like 3 months to eat that brownie. He gave me a brownie like this big.
Damn.
It took me like 3 months. It was painful. But the guy in me, the weed smoker in me, wanted to be like,
I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, I ain't no bitch. I'm gonna get high every day. I need to buy no weed for 3 months,
Yeah.
bro. Every time I took a small piece, I was like,
Not me, brother. I've had so many bad experiences with edibles. Now I just smoke a little bit of flower here and there. I'll hit my disposable pen here and there. And
I value my sobriety
you got
personally.
too much business.
Right.
I feel like I value my sobriety a lot too. I like having a clear mind, a focused mind. I mean, even when I drink, I sip. I don't drink to get drunk. I don't drink to even get buzzed. I just drink to sort of alleviate any inhibitions that I have in my mind.
Yeah.
And but sobriety to me is the way. Like when you get older, is like realizing, like, man, like when you have that clear, focused mind, nobody can stop you.
No, for real.
That's how you wake up.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't like not necessarily not being in control, but in a sense, like I like being in control of like my thoughts or my actions and and you never know who you're gonna run into anywhere at the club. Doesn't matter where you're at. I would much rather be in a sober mindset running into Hove than be shit faced and run into Hove.
Right.
Now I'm throwing up. Like what? Yeah. No, I'm trying to be sober and have a conversation with him that could really take me to the next level.
You know what I'm saying? Dog.
And it will. And it will every time.
That God willingly, brother. Absolutely. That's the goal here.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your product and your company,
bro.
your service.
Yeah, absolutely,
man. Bro. It's honestly an honor for you to do that. Here in Amor Fati. We want to lighten the mood a little bit, transition to something a little bit, something a little bit more get the audience to know you a little bit better. So I had a question, right? So I know that we are 90s babies, right? We grew up in the 90s, and we grew up during a time where we got to experience not having social media and having social media. This doesn't have anything to do with social media, by the way. It's not where it's going. But we also got to experience, like, as kids growing up, 2000s music and like 2010 music, which are like two different things. Like 2010 pop, 2000s pop, hip hop, whatever you want to. Which era of music do you lean more towards right now as you look back on those eras, bro? It could be pop, it could be hip hop, like, because they were both fire eras. But I just like, what do you lean towards more?
I'm gonna make it simple. Drake. I'm sorry.
I like what Drake likes.
I like 90s. I love 90s music. I was a Tupac baby growing up. Listened to a lot of Biggie Smalls. But I don't know, man. It's hard to even like say like what era I prefer. It's this era. It's gotta be like the Drake come up era. Views 2016.
So like 2010s is what
gotta
you're
be.
leaning towards.
Yeah, it's gotta be, because it's like when I listen to that music, I'm not even sure. Have you heard of Larry? You know who Larry June is?
Yes, sir.
So like I listen to a lot of Larry June too. It's like that's just like motivation hustlers music, man. I listen to that music and I'm like, dude, I just want to make money.
He said something like, wake up, took a shower, ran a mile before 7.
Right, yeah,
like
yeah.
7 a.m. Like, he already out there, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So
He's smooth. He's smooth as hell.
that's how I feel. Like, I love 90s music. I love the early 2000s, but I just feel like nothing compares to the music that I've heard, you know, from the 10s to the early 20s now.
Yeah.
It just puts you in that mindset, in that mood. Like, I'm trying to win today.
I need the max win.
Yeah.
I need the max win.
I need the max win.
Seriously.
W's
so.
in the shot.
Shots.
That's cool, man. What about you, Ra? What's your thoughts on that?
You know, it's so easy to, like, you know, stick with the generation that, you know, you were having your best moments in life with. But I like what David said. I think that I'm somebody that, like, I think I said it before in an episode, but, like, I like to, like, let music, like, kind of, like, transcend. Like, yeah, Biggie's hard, bro. Biggie paved the way, though, for Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne's hard, yeah, but, you know, Wayne, I'm not saying it was in that order, in that lineage, but, like, what came before is going to always set the next thing on fire. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the ideas unless you have the past. So you do value the past, you respect it. But, like, when I'm listening to music, I get the most excited for it. I get the most eager to listen to things that are new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like music, especially in the hip-hop world and the pop world, that gives you that next level sound, like the Travis Scotts. I'm always bringing him up, Don Toliver, guys like that, Drake, because even when you hear the production and the engineering of the music, you're like, oh, we're moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So I would agree. I'm the most excited about music right now. I am cautious of the average, you know, artist just dropping whatever and just saying this is hot. But the ones I can trust and rely on are killing it, and they're pioneers. And they're going to be the OGs that in 10 years, they look back and be like, if it wasn't for XYZ, we wouldn't be here. So I'm leaning towards what's most recent for my favorite.
So like the
era.
2010s?
Yeah, 2010s. So to right now. I'm actively in music right now as we speak.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything besides Playboy Cardi. I'm sorry. I cannot stand Playboy
Like
Cardi.
any Playboy or like just recent Playboy?
Just like probably more recent.
Yeah.
Like if we're not talking like 2016 Cardi, I don't want to listen to it, bro, cuz like his now is just, it's just so like satanic, and it's just so evil, and he's just screaming, and I'm like, are you even talking? Like, what am I listening to? But like people like idolize this guy, and I'm like,
he dropped a crazy photo. Y'all see that shit? I don't know if you saw it, but
with the thong look.
Yeah, they was like, yo.
They said it wasn't button though, so it's a pass. I'm like, nah.
It's a bodysuit?
Yeah, it was a bodysuit. Yeah, it was like connected to the top and the
He's a weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo, dude.
I mean, yeah, bro. Like, I mean, to each his own. I'm not gonna lie. Well, this is the thing about me with music and lyrics. I don't really get too involved, even if it's motivational. Like, it's not gonna get me to like if I was in your role, it wouldn't get me to like bust a sale, right? Just because I heard Larry June say like, you know, get this money. But it does do something to the body, it does something to the mind. So like, I'm definitely cautious while listening to. Some people talk about bullshit where it's just like, I don't need to hear this shit.
Interesting.
But Playboy Cardi has a flow that I do appreciate. I don't get into who he is outside of the song. I don't really get into like what he's got going on. But he has his newer thing where he's like changing his voice. Where I'm like, all right, bro, this is kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm getting older now. Like when I'm really rapping the words, I'll be like, oh wait, like, I don't really resonate.
What did he just say?
Yeah, right. Wait, first off, what did he say?
Hey, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, like I'll pick up the shit that I know that is okay to say, and then I'll rap that part. But there's a lot of shit that I'm just like, you know. But then, you know, when I get too tough on him, I'm looking at everything I listen to like, damn, I gotta probably cut a lot of this out.
Like when Rick Ross was like, I put Molly on her champagne. Everyone was rapping that shit like it was hard. But really, he was talking crazy.
Bill Cosby was like, she didn't even know it. Oh man.
We do look back on that verse now and cringe. We're like,
I love Rick Ross.
Reebok cut his ass off, didn't they? Didn't Reebok cut the deal after that? I think he lost his Reebok deal after that.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
I'm almost positive. I could
no
be
idea.
wrong, but yeah.
Wow.
Good song, but Rick Ross remix, yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? What's your era?
For me, I would definitely say it's solidly the 2010s.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
The artists that came from that era are still popping off today.
Name some.
And honestly, and I will.
Okay.
But I will say that the artists that came out in the 2020s, I'm not fucking with. Maybe it's because like my time when I was coming up was during that time, but like I don't know these new niggas. I don't know La Tyler. I don't know none of these niggas, bro.
Hard. I'm sorry.
I like you want me to name some, bro? Like of course like Drake the GOAT, like 21 Savage, fucking like Travis, fucking Future, fucking all these guys that came up during the 2010s that are still like reigning supreme and still make good music. Like I feel like I kind of like pair in like, or I like put them all in a basket like with Playboi Carti. I don't understand that music.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get the appeal.
Yeah,
I feel like, and like I'm so sorry if I'm offending any Swiftie fan that's watching right now, but like it's like the Taylor Swift shit. Like I don't get it.
I don't get that.
I don't get it at all. I don't get the hype.
It's catchy.
I don't understand. I listen to the music. It doesn't like really catch me like that. So and I kind of put them in that group with like the new niggas from like the 2020s that I guess it's past me, like it's past my prime.
Yeah.
But I like the guys from the 2010s, like also to give some honor to that time of music, not even just in hip hop, because I know a lot of us just listen to hip hop, but like I feel like it was a good time for like pop music. R&B had a fucking like great run. You had R&B artists making pop music, like we talk about Usher and shit.
Yeah.
Neo was making pop music, and those are like the R&B dudes.
Chris
Brown was making pop
Ty
music.
Dolla Sign.
Ty Dolla Sign.
Oh my God.
The list goes on, and it was just such a great time for rap.
It was a good time,
and it got us to where we are today. Like, and the artists that were great then are still great now, and I'm just loving it. It's like, I feel like once they're done, it's gonna be almost like the LeBron Steph thing. Like when they leave the NBA, it's gonna be like, damn,
what's next?
It's not gonna be the same.
Right.
So the reason why I tap into music now, I think, is because I don't want to be the guy that was existing when I was tapped into
the left
music.
behind guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy that in 2010 was saying like, "Who's this Drake guy trying to sing?"
Right.
I'm not trying to be that, so I try to stay relevant. But I do resonate with y'all said. There's some guys out here, some girls out here right now that make music where it's just like, I mean, I see why the club is bouncing and dancing, but like that ain't what I'm listening to, like by myself for sure, or like if I'm like around people.
There's like this analogy that people use, if I could, that says that when you are in life, the analogy is when you go to the pond and you go fish, you throw your reel into the water to fish. When you get your day's catch, once you leave, somebody else is going to come during their time and get their catch of fish. Yeah. But when you leave, you already have your fish. So that's the natural order of life, where you know that's a newer fish, but you already have yours and you're satisfied with yours, right?
That's some Uncle Iroh shit right there.
And for me, it's just like I'm satisfied with when I caught my fish. Like in the 2010s when I was coming up, like my artists, that's the ones I'll stick by. That's the one I'll stand by because I can understand them and and they're growing with me. But these new young niggas and shit, like I just can't. Like that's not the fish I caught.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'll talk to like my niece who's like 17, 18.
Yeah.
And she'll be putting me on this, then I'm like, okay, yeah, but you're right. I'll listen to some music and be like, that's actually nice. Like I like this. I didn't even know about this. So they'll put you onto the little nooks and crannies of artists that you wouldn't even know about. But for sure, just to sum up my answer, 2010s for sure. Like the 2000s was cool. In the late 90s, like you said, that was cool. Like the Pac era and shit. But like 2010s, I stand on it. I feel like the 2010s is like the 2017 and 2018 like Warriors, man. Like they were the greatest team in the NBA to ever play.
Yeah,
and,
but LeBlanc though. I'm
okay.
Sorry. But let's be real.
No,
but he gonna kill us. He gonna kill us though, because Steph got the ups. Steph got the ups when it comes to championships.
You want to hear a funny story about Chris Brown real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when he dropped his first album, I want to say it was like 2008 or something.
7, 8, yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I remember being at Walmart with my mom, and I think she knows this, but I literally got the CD, put it in my pants. Like I went into the bathroom at Walmart and stole the CD.
Yeah.
Got my ass beat.
Oh, she found out.
That shit was bumping though, so it was alright. It was alright. It was worth it.
You were dancing and whooping like.
She didn't take it back. She didn't take it back. She
Right,
didn't make us
played
pay
it,
for it.
She played it too. She was like, hold on.
She was bumping it in the purple minivan. I remember vividly.
She was whooping your ass. She was like, I said, yo.
Right.
No,
Excuse-
no, your
it was
name.
the, yeah, it was the Excuse Me Miss. Yeah, that album. Yeah,
She
that
said,
shit
pull
was-
your pants up and go put that Chris Brown on.
Oh,
It's how to clean the house.
Okay, so give me a scenario. Your ideal night out, right? So is that going to be a kickback at like a friend's house? That could be like you and your girl, whatever, just you by yourself. Clubbing, like at a club, boots, boots, raving type shit. Concert, let's go to a concert. Sporting event, or like just like let's just stay back, let's cuddle. You know, you with your shawty. You know what I mean? Even if you don't have a girlfriend, you got a little thing at the crib.
Bring the avocado out, put on your toes.
Yeah,
Y'all don't do that.
I do. I do.
I know you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I like
no, I'm
avocado.
sorry.
Guess I'm missing out on a song.
And if you don't
Spice it up.
like, if there's one that you like, if there's another one that you prefer, like describe what that whole night would be. Give me a paint the picture. So out of those I named, what would be your ideal prefer? Like, this is what I, based on who I am, I want to do the most. You know, if I had a choice.
I would say right now, like we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
We're chilling at the crib. We'll probably we'll go to the Meijer. We'll go get us some nice cuts of steak. We'll get us some fresh
Paint the
potatoes,
picture, bro.
some
Paint the
fresh
picture.
broccoli with the lemon. We'll go back to the crib. We'll put on some Gordon Ramsay. It could be Hell's Kitchen. It could be Kitchen Nightmares. It doesn't matter. It's just something about hearing him yell at everybody. It's just so peaceful to
So
me.
peaceful.
It's soothing, man.
And
Yeah.
we'll just cook up some fresh food together. We'll smoke a little bit. We'll have that on, you know, and we'll eat, and then we'll just cuddle and like just be in each other's presence. Like we could be doing something totally different, but we're just together, and like that's peaceful to us. So for me today, it's not going to the club and all that shit. It's not partying and no raving and nothing like that. It's just that, man. It's the simple things for me, because life is so stressful as it is outside those walls that I don't want to be anywhere else. I'd rather be with my woman at home cooking food.
Tell them.
You know what I mean? And just being myself.
Tell them.
That's about it, man.
I heard a
Yes,
businessman say, you at the club every day or every weekend, what are you celebrating? I heard a businessman say that. Now you ask an average person, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, well it's my friend's birthday,"
Right?
And then next week it's her birthday, and then after that it's you know, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You're spitting one bottle with 5 of the bros. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing here, brother?
One bottle, like with 5 people. That's
Come on,
crazy.
bruh.
So no, I'm good.
I
And
love that, bro.
I can relate to that too. What are we celebrating?
What are we celebrating,
That
bro?
Drake bar that
Yeah,
he put.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
split
seriously,
the bottle. Yeah, it's facts though. I know a lot of niggas got offended when they heard that bar too.
Oh, they
like,
were hurt.
bro.
Yeah,
Why
let's be
Drake gotta
real.
call me out like that, bro? I just did that last weekend type
Yeah,
shit.
kissing their teeth, like
There's
all
plenty of
upset.
lines.
Facts,
Hey,
yeah.
There's plenty of bars
Hey.
Drake done made you feel bad about.
Matter of fact, he got another bar that relates to this. He was like, while all my closest friends are all partying, I'm just here making it the music that they party too. So
Exactly.
party on all night, nigga. Like, he was speaking facts. Like, I'm gonna be here making millions.
That's facts.
That is big
Making
facts.
history. So
I like that.
I like that though.
Yeah.
That's a really good. I love it.
That's
Painted
my
it.
night, man.
What
So if
about
you're
you?
wondering why I'm
Beautiful
not answering my phone, that is why.
We got steaks going. brother.
Understandable.
I can't
Completely
even hear my
understandable.
phone. My
honestly.
phone's sizzling right now. You smell this shit?
Right. What about you, Raw?
I'm the same way, bro. Like, I will say this: you did bring a sporting event up, right? So, and you know, the hustle right now, there's not a lot of time to do a whole lot. So, if I do take a day to enjoy myself, I would definitely. I do like going out because I don't go out a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I do think a part of life is exhilarating to go somewhere. It doesn't need to be a party. I'm not the big clubber. I do enjoy kickbacks. I do enjoy like having a moment like what we're having right now. You know what I'm saying? This podcast is damn near a kickback.
It is.
I do like having the right people around. There's something about that can be recharging in itself. But again, a sporting event, bro. If you get me tickets to the Lions before we, drop the bag, if I'm at that game, we win. First off,
Real shit.
I feel like I have that extra little bit of like love for the boys that would have helped.
Right.
But
They were lacking the gi. That's the problem.
they need some gi, bro. We'll tell you what
We
gi
should have been
is.
at the game.
We should have been at the game, bro.
Yeah.
But I had to make planes fly. Anyways, Delta Airlines. But anyways, I think it's like David said. Either I'm at the crib and I'm enjoying, you know, maybe some like personal company, and we're doing something that's probably very basic, but I'm enjoying the like. I'm a type of dude that I can like, you know, like you said, get some good food, get some good vibes, and that is a good night because like the next day is gonna be back to the hustle and back to the grind. You know what I'm saying? And I think that as long as you have something that unwinds you, then that could be your big day. That could be your what's your perfect night out. It could be a perfect night in. You know what I'm saying? So for me right now, I would say, you know, just kick it at the crib, you know, or it would be definitely with some good food, probably some Netflix or something like that, and then like a good movie. I need to get my movies up, so I've been on a movie kick, you know, because I guess everybody in the world watches movies and I don't. So, or a good sporting event, dog, like a good fucking football game.
I want to see I want them to bring a UFC fight to Detroit.
Has it ever happened?
No.
Really?
No.
Never to Ford Field? Or
I don't believe so. No.
I do want to see a UFC fight,
bro,
but I don't want to see anybody's leg break.
That would be so hype.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. So
For
that's
sure.
that's me.
That's like, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
How about you?
I'm simple.
For me, I would say I do like a combo piece, right? I would just
With
do
a biscuit?
like a nice little dinner, you know, right? 12 piece. I do like a nice little dinner, right? Do the combo. I like to go out, get some fresh air. Instead of cooking in at the crib, right? Because I usually cook in a lot, or cook at the crib a lot every day. Go somewhere nice, go somewhere like we can really like because life is a collection of experiences, right?
Yeah.
Life and it doesn't matter if you live to the age of 40, it mainly depends on the collection of those experiences that you had and the intensity of those experiences. So that's what I'm all about. Going out, getting a nice dinner, making sure that dinner was memorable. If I'm with a partner or a significant other, making sure that I'm making it memorable for them, being like thoughtful, doing something that could stand out in their mind, something outside of the box. And then after that, come back to the crib. Stop by the gas station, stop by 7-Eleven or Speedway, you know, grab a couple of snackies, grab a couple of, you know, things to bring back to the crib. And like you said, turn on some Netflix, turn on some this, that, and the third, whatever's on the table for that night. And just enjoy it. Like I think we're all at that age where we value being in and like not too many loud noises and shit. I mean, I'm about to be 30 years old, so it's like I'm at that point where it's like that partying shit. I done got it out the way.
Yeah,
I didn't seen all that shit. I know what comes with that shit, and I enjoyed it during those times and those experiences. But now we in that bag, so I would say like a combo, definitely. Night out for dinner. And we come back to the crib and we make it a really, really good intimate night, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like what you said about making the moment count too. I mean, you know, you don't have to wait till a birthday or a significant day to, you know, make a moment, you know, be memorable. Like, if you know me, I'm goofy. I'm always trying to get somebody to laugh because I want you to get me to laugh. You know what I'm saying? And like I want my life to be like, bro, remember that Tuesday evening where we were just like dying laughing, working on this or doing that? Remember we linked up? Like, don't take those moments for granted. It sounds, again, kind of like cheesy, but you really don't know, bro. Like, I might not see you for a while. I might not see you again, you know, in the worst case scenario. Not thinking about that, but, you know.
It's reality.
It's reality. To flip it to the positive, that night, you know, could be great as long as you think it can be great. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
Whatever your day is that you feel like is, you know, your moment to like just kick it or to like turn up. And turn up doesn't mean it needs to be partying, but whatever it is, you know, just make it last because, you know what that grind is going to entail.
Yeah. The
grind is going to be the grind. So have a break, have a moment where you can, you know, tap back into what this is all about. And then, you know, go back into it and make it count. So it's worth it.
Yeah.
My business partner literally told me something like that the other day. He's like, you need to go out and have fun, man, and relax. And I'm like, you're not wrong, but like,
This is fun.
But exactly, like me being at home doing what I'm doing, like this is fun to me. Like this is what I want. This is my getaway.
Yes.
If I go out to the club,
That part.
I'm gonna have anxiety. I'm gonna
social anxiety. Yes,
right.
bro.
I can already not hear anything as it is. I'm gonna walk out deaf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I'm spending money I didn't want to spend. Like I could have spent that money on an experience.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
meal.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that is my my getaway.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys can
What
relate.
did Big Sean say? Fuck a vacation. I feel better at work or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Fuck a vacay. I feel better at work.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever is worth. Sound off in the comments if you're watching. We want to get the audience more tapped in and interactive with us. So, like, let us know in the comments, what is your ideal night out? Let us know, because we wanna tap in with you guys and see, like, sort of what the consensus is out there. You know what I mean? So tap in, let us know in the comments below, and also let us know this next topic that we're going to talk about before we end out the show. I wanted to know, where is everybody's dream destinations for 2024? This is the year of prosperity. This is the year of hard work and grinding, of course, because we are going to do it big and do it great this year. But we got to have a little leisure time and enjoy ourselves and have those collections of experiences that we want to have.
Yeah.
So for you guys, what would you say is like your dream destination to get out of where your hometown is this year and go experience the world and have some fun?
I would definitely say anywhere overseas. I'm talking like Italy, Rome, somewhere over there. And it's to put it simple for you, the food we have here in America is shit. There's so much bullshit in it. And I was watching this TikTok, and there was this couple that went overseas, and they were like, we ate the same foods, but over there, we didn't get bloated one time.
Oh my
In
God.
fact,
We actually felt great.
They said they ate more and lost weight.
Right. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what
So
you're
like,
talking about. Yeah,
I want to go over there and experience food over there, and just almost like be awoken to like what's really real out there. You know what I'm
Awoken
saying?
is crazy, because
Yeah.
why would food have to be something that you are awoken to? But it's that bad here.
What was his name from That's a Raven? That's crazy.
Orlando Brown.
He's like, you're making me pay for water?
Oh, for water?
Apples?
Yeah.
I
know
did see
what I'm talking
that.
about?
You shall burn in hell.
Yeah.
That man's wild.
Man, he's wild, bro.
But to answer your question, yeah, anywhere overseas, man. I just want to go see what life is like over there
Yes.
and just understand it more and
Yeah.
be more cultured into what it is over there.
Because
Because
like you're gravitating towards Europe specifically.
somewhere over there, you know what I
Okay.
mean? I mean, I'd love to go to Puerto Rico. I'd love to go somewhere over there.
yeah.
We've been talking about that.
Yeah.
But definitely somewhere overseas, man. I just want to
She turned her
experience
head
life.
like, Puerto Rico? I got the flights up right now. Like, let me know.
He ain't said nothing but a word.
Right. That's easy. That's
Said
easy
Puerto
money.
Rico.
Yeah.
You don't need a passport to go there either.
No.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's my dream destination.
Hell
You need like an enhanced license, or is it just because it's a territory of the U.S. you just really don't need shit?
think you just
Well,
go.
you got to think Puerto Rico was almost the 51st state,
Right. Yeah.
almost, but it is a territory. So yeah, I don't even think. I mean, maybe you need an enhanced ID because I think legally to fly you have to have one now.
Because when I went to the Bahamas, it's technically a territory, but I needed the enhanced.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Bahamas
yeah.
is a territory?
It's a territory of the U.S.
Holy
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. Where's Randy at?
We out.
Fact check.
Randy.
I call
Randy.
it fact check.
Right.
Need that.
What about
Give me
you
my
guys?
encyclopedia. My bad. Bro, DJ Khaled's hilarious. You gotta say he's hilarious. All right. For me, it's weird because like I do want to hit a couple of just like cities that I just haven't like embraced. Like there's places in the States that like if you really tap into, like Austin, Texas. I want to go to like Boston. I want to try these like these cities that like hold weight.
When you drive your car and park your car in Boston.
Park my car in Boston.
Clam chowder?
Yeah, clam chowder.
Clam chowder.
But I think like for like a good 4 or 5 day, bro, I want to go summer tropic, bro. I need to be on the beach. I need to be in the beach, and I need to sit down and look into the horizon as the sun sets.
Tulum, Mexico.
Ooh.
Yeah, bro.
Something like
I need that, bro. I need
Turks.
to get blacker than this mic, because trust me, when I go somewhere where the sun's out,
You go to Turks, you might accidentally get like your whole vacation paid for by Drake because he goes there frequently.
That's what I'm saying.
He might accidentally just be like, I got all y'all drinks at the bar. Like, thanks, Drake.
yeah, but then I'm in the next album in the now like
right.
paying niggas bills and niggas dreaming about the hills and like whoa.
And now they got me paying all they tabs at the Turks bars. Like,
Right.
oh no.
Right.
Like you said, you weren't gonna put that in there, Drake.
Right.
Aubrey.
You offered, bro. You can't like
like God
I'd be
damn.
so embarrassed.
Brody
But
got-
hype though. Like
Bruh.
I'm in the album. You know what I
Brody
mean?
got the podcast, but doesn't know his. Like, I don't know.
they got the shade room
I
clip
ain't
pulled
gonna
up.
do
You're
it.
in the background drinking your Drake.
Right.
He just bought it for you. You're like, damn, that's me. Fuck.
He gonna downplay like it was nothing too. But yeah, I would say somewhere. Where to get the podcast? Talk about I lost my tab. Like,
Drake, every time Drake drop music, nobody's safe, man.
Nobody's safe.
Remember that TikTok?
Yeah, with the hotels and shit. Like,
you couldn't trouble me from the DoubleTree. Oh, come on.
There was a nigga checking in that moment, bro. And he was waiting for his shit to go through. And he watching on his phone.
What did my brother say?
Can I cancel my reservation, please?
What did Josh say? He was like, I don't even take hot showers. My shit lukewarm.
Lukewarm, nigga.
My shit lukewarm.
So yeah, to say what I was finishing it up. Fuck Drake, bro. I love Drake, but fuck Drake. That lifestyle is too much. I would say somewhere warm, somewhere tropical. You know what I'm saying? I need to get in the sun, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that like one thing that's cool about vacations, even if it was Italy, because like you made a good point. That's a whole nother episode about the food and just how we living over here. But like when you come back, I love that recharging you get from vacation, because a lot of times you go places where you're inspired, you see something, you see people. It could be you seeing a lifestyle that you want, or you can see a lifestyle how a lot of the world is really dealing with right now.
Yes.
That all this shit we complain about, you know what I'm saying? My boy, I'm always shouting out Akil. My boy Akil Wade's in Kenya, Africa right now, and he posted something on his story. He's with these kids, bro. It's a landfill, like just sitting on all this land. Like he said, it's as far as you can see, and people are ravaging through that to get food.
Yeah.
And they built their homes like in the landfill so that they're always there. When they wake up, they go through like the new dump and try to find, like, bro, come on now.
Wow.
That makes me, one, never ever not feel grateful.
Yeah.
But two, I want to go somewhere where I can impact a place like that. Like,
That almost makes you feel uncomfortable in a sense, because it's
Very.
like it's like that could be you. That could be
easily
you. It could be
so
us. You know,
them
and
kids woke up like that, bro. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
so
Like
true.
we had
That's
no
normal.
choosing of it. So traveling to places like that, there's always a good take away from all that. Is if it is something like that, you know what I'm saying, or if it's something that's positive, where you see people that are doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say somewhere tropical.
Yeah, 100%, bro. That's amazing.
Anywhere tropical.
That's amazing.
Just throw it at me.
I think that you guys had some good, like picks, honestly, like Europe, somewhere tropical, and then like places in the U.S. I think that's like, I mean, if we had the bag to do it, I mean, I feel like we would just go all over the place. We would just fly everywhere, man.
True.
For me, it's like, I feel like my soul is like being called to like Japan. That's like my number one travel destination. Number two, like an honorable mention, I would say like the Philippines, because I'm Filipino. I'd love to see like my homeland, but like there's something about the Japanese culture that it's just incredible to me. I am a huge anime fan. Like I love Studio Ghibli movies. You see it, it's poster behind me. I am obsessed with their culture, and I feel like they are like, their culture is like based on like ethics and respect, and like in treating like humans like with decency and things like that. So I love that. I aspire to be more like that, more and more every day. And their geography is beautiful. My favorite game is like Ghost of Tsushima, and like the real life Tsushima Island is absolutely gorgeous.
That's a real place?
And it's a real place.
Good God.
It's like a real geographic destination.
I didn't know that.
So anywhere in Japan, honestly, like I'd love to travel to Tokyo to see like how the big city is. I'd also love to travel to like Kyoto to see like the ancient like culture and the ancient history of how sort of like the Misuage and sort of like the Japanese shoguns used to operate, and have all that history brought to me.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, and or even see like the countryside of many different parts. So for sure, that's you know, my goal is to get there by this year, and I think I will. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, but for sure, Japan.
What's that tree that they have that whole like blossoming of?
Yeah,
that everybody flies out there to see. What's
a
the name of that
sergeant tree? It's called a sergeant tree. Yes.
And that's I've seen photos.
Yeah,
bro, beautiful.
Yeah, my mom has one of those in her backyard right now. Yes, she has one in her backyard. My mom's
Shout
house.
out moms, man.
She's got a sergeant tree
That's
at
incredible.
her house. It's beautiful too. Yeah. And I think that it's blooms like inclemently, so it like stays blooming in inclement weather. It doesn't even like, it won't even like, during parts of the winter it'll have its bloom. So I think it's incredible. But
resilience, it can teach you something. Just watching the tree and take care of the tree. Like, yo, I gotta keep going, bro. This tree over here in -3 weather with the ice on it and shit. Like, shit, I'm over here complaining about what I gotta do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely, man. Well, this has been an incredible episode, man. I really appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I appreciate
from the bottom
you.
of my heart, thank you so much for coming
appreciate
by,
you
man.
guys,
brother.
I appreciate you guys.
Brother,
I just hope I could have left some type of game for someone to
Bro,
take
what?
and, you know, improve themselves a little bit.
People gonna be downloading this whole episode as a PDF.
I hope so.
They're gonna be having notebook, pen, and paper in hand. Like,
What your ass say?
your ass?
I'm not perfect by any means either, so I just try to learn from my mistakes and what I've gone through, and I'm still actively fucking up and learning from it.
You know, you can hear the authenticity in your voice, though. Authenticity in your voice. Like, you don't seem like a phony. You seem like somebody that's like coming from my Spanish friends, coming from the cora. It's the heart, Spanish, I think. My bad.
I'm Hispanic. I don't even know that. So
Yeah.
props to you.
But no, like the way you speak, bro, I feel like you're someone that people won't even run that whole like, should I trust this guy? You come from a place in your speech that seems like I'm giving you like 100% me. I went through this. I'm not BSing you. It wasn't always good. It wasn't always bad. And this is why I want what I want. And I think that's enough for people to be like, yeah, this guy's somebody listening.
Can I add one final piece too?
Please.
I saw this thing where like people were making fun of entrepreneurs that were still working 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
I think that shit's crazy to me.
Wow.
Because it's like, you gotta fund it somehow. You know what I'm saying? So
They
like
were-
to clown on people saying that.
Oh, that's what I was asking. They were facetiously doing that.
So like I have
fuck?
this like feed on my TikTok sometimes, and on my Instagram it pops up where it's like entrepreneurs and like they're talking about how like they're giving like real experience. Like, hey, like I'm still working a 9 to 5, but I'm also doing from
Facts.
6 to 10. I'm doing my business, and
Yeah.
like people clown on them. They're like, well, you're not really an entrepreneur if you're still working a 9 to 5. Yes, the fuck I am. You gotta fund it somehow.
those are the people you tune out, man.
Right.
It's okay.
It's like you're gonna shun this man for really putting in fucking work. Like
fuck
that.
them. That's the people you
So
tune out.
I just want to add that in there. Work your 9 to 5, fund your business.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chase your dreams. Go after your goals.
Yeah.
No matter what the naysayers say.
Yeah.
And with that, man, we've been Amor Fati. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. That's capital AMOR, capital FATI. And do not forget it. Thank you so much. I've been Mavi.
And I'm Raw, and don't forget, like David said, successful people are always too busy doing what broke people are talking about. If you're doing your shit, man, keep going. Bump the haters, dog.
Damn. You're watching the Amor Fati show with Mavi and Raw. And look, we really appreciate y'all tapping into our podcast and sharing all of our videos. But if you love our content and enjoy the conversations that we have with all of our guests, it might behoove you to hit that like and subscribe button below. I mean, it really helps out our channel a lot, and we'd really appreciate it, honestly. Don't you agree, Raw?
Man, you ain't never lied. I mean, it's giving loyalty.
Facts.
And look, underneath this video, there's a notification icon. And when you smash it, you get loaded with everything we drop. And I mean, we always dropping
Man, we be dropping heat.
heat. So listen, we appreciate you guys. And as always, the secret to living is giving. So give us some love, baby.
Period. Full stop.